What's up, family? How y'all doing today? Happy Sunday. Happy October. What's today? 27th, guys. Happy October 27th. Okay, guys. So we are having. I'm not gonna eat this whole thing. I know it looks like a lot, but not really. We are having protein, a little bit of salt, protein with some wheat bread on the side. We're gonna eat half of the wheat bread right now. Okay, because this bread actually fills me up really much. Okay. All right, so we're going to do that. We're going to get my trusty little napkin, paper towel. Where's the paper towel? We're going to dab the sweat off my forehead. We're going to say grace and we're going to talk. Dear God, bless this food, bless this time, in Jesus' name, amen. You guys liked my barn story because it got 24 views. I know that's not a lot to people that bring in like about 5K to 6K views every video they post. I'm telling you, I'm the little engine that could. I keep trying. I'm going to keep it up. 7 years in, we're about to hit 8 years next May. Okay. So we said grace, let's eat. Right? We said grace? Did we? Dear God, bless this food, bless this time, in Jesus' name, amen. I can't remember if I said grace or not. All right. So we have, let me show you what's on here. We have ground turkey. We have fat-free cheese, and we have an egg. This is my first time having egg. Oh my gosh, I think this is my first. Is this my first time? I don't remember. But I think this is like my first time having egg on this channel. I've not had egg on this channel in so long, guys. Ever since my surgery. I think that's the last time I had egg on this channel. I don't eat eggs like that. I'm a good cook. And it goes good with this multi-grain. I mean, I don't know if you guys can see all the nuts on there. My dad liked it. I didn't like it at first. It's in the green package. It's a green package of bread. And it's multi-grain. It's healthier for you than the Wonder Bread that I love. But, anyway. All right. So, I'm doing a new Crystal Light from Aldi's. All right, guys. So, you guys, pray for me. Wednesday is my doctor appointment to see if I can start the shot. I'm the perfect candidate for I'm the perfect candidate for it. But I want to talk to you guys about something that is hurting me so bad. Okay, so we've had a death in the family, right? And I want to tell you guys what happened, but I want to still be kind of like very like understanding for my nieces and nephews. I don't think they watch me. I don't even think they know I have a YouTube channel, but I want to be very mindful of them, so I don't want to talk about like details or whatever. But how are the onions? Oh, there was onions in the meat. I was like, how is there onions there? I didn't even cook with onions. Your boy is hurting. Like, I don't know why I always say that, but anyways, I'm hurting, guys, because my grandma's death in 2015 and leaving a relationship that was very deadly and very bad, very scary. Not so much for my girlfriend because I think that was just normal to her in her relationships. But I will say she stood by me in certain moments when certain people did not stand by me. And when I lost all my friends, literally all my friends, she was the only person that was left, and she said that a lot. She's like, wow, all these people that never liked me, all these people who thought I wasn't good for you, I'm the only person that's still here. And I'm like, that's true, technically. It was true. I'll never forget I love you, John and Lily. I love you guys dearly. I do. I do. I do. I do. I love you guys dearly. You guys are family to me. We're in such a better place. I'm so thankful for that. But I'll never forget when John sent me that text message, and it was a long text message. And I remember I was with Corey, Donna, Angel, and Fernando, and we were just leaving Golden Corral. And I can see, in the moment, it hurt me so bad because I was like, yo, this is like my brother. Like, I care a lot about this dude. Like, this person's been ride or die from like day one, right? Since I moved to Florida. Like, day one was like my brother, right? Still is to this day. Like, there's no hard feeling. There's nothing. We're good. We're family. It's over. It's done with. It's under the bridge, right? But I remember when that text came in, and he had every right to, because, and I'm telling you young kids this, listen to me. Listen to Uncle Reese, whatever you guys want to call me. Loyalty to your friend. If you're in a relationship, let me say it like this. If you have a friendship with your best friend, right? You have your best friend that you've known your whole life, or whatever you want to say it is, or whatever, right? Your best friend brings the girl or wife, whatever the situation is, into the situation, right? You all become like your own little community, your own little family, right? Because we were like our own little family, right? They start having issues in their relationship, right? You're there for your best friend, you're talking to him, you're listening to him, but then the ex who leaves and has really done damage to your best friend, and your brain should have been like, hello, ding dong. She leaves, but she calls you every day, all the time. You're talking to her every single, whatever, right? But then when your best friend finally cuts off all communication with this girl, completely cuts off communication, right? He's fine with you talking to her. I think when they first broke up, I think, and John, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think he was okay with me talking to her in the first, when they first broke up, right? Because he knows my personality. But when he moved on to his next relationship, and I got super close with her, I should have cut off the ex. And that's what I'm telling you kids. If you got your best friend that's ride or die, been with you from day one, I got stuff on my shirt. Been with you from day one, loyalty, right? We're just saying, but I don't want to say, well, bros before hoes. That's basically the same. I hate to say that because I don't see women like that. But, and then there's girl code and there's guy code too. But what stupid me did, because I have such a big heart, and it got in my way a lot when I was younger. Because people would be treating me like such a dog. Treating me so poorly. And I'm like, oh, hi, and giving them hugs and hanging out with them. And then people on the outside are like, hello, wake up, Matt. Do you not see this person is not good for you? They put their hands on you. They steal from you. They talk mad crap about you behind your back. Do you not see it? And I'm like, oh, you're lying, shut up. Anyway, when I did that and John found out and Lily found out, he sent me this long paragraph. And my reading's not that good, and it was really crappy at that time. Even though I had the iPhone and it would read to me. I will never forget. Corey always had my phone, right? My ex always had my phone, just to help me out and stuff. So, let's see, this is, I get so emotional when it comes to her because I don't think I will ever find a girl like that again, that just accepted me for being overweight, having a disability, having a lot of trauma, a lot of drama. But we both had trauma in our life, so we both had something happen to us, and we were just like, we're still going to support each other no matter what. But I don't think I can ever find a girl that's like, I love you for what's inside. I don't care about what the world says about you. I love you. I don't mind. Like, I knew me and Corey were good because I knew that we would get a house together, raise our kids together. She would work outside of the home. I would work inside of the home, or I would work out whatever one. But when it came to like bills and different stuff, she would read it to me and not lie to me. Like, she wouldn't read it and be like, well, let me trick Matthew to get what I want. Like, she never would have done that. She read the long text message from John, and it hurt. I don't think I cried. I think it hurt because I was like, damn, dude, I really effed up, basically. I might have cried in the inside. But I remember she was like, wow, so they talk all this crap about me, and I'm the one that's still loyal to you. And in her mind. And then I think, like, I want to say maybe it would have been Christmas of 2014. So right before we hit 2050. I'm sorry, guys, I just spit. His ex, I'm not even going to say her name, right? My ex-friend, she wasn't even really my best friend. My ex-friend started dating this new guy that was such disrespectful to women. He was so degrading to women and so degrading. And I remember one night, it was New Year's night. It was New Year's night. I will never forget. I remember New Year's night. It was New Year's night, and I'll never forget. And Corey was like, you need to go back to John because that's your best friend. The ex is not your best friend. She don't even live here. You won't even see her. John still lives here. You need to go back to John. That's what she always told me. And I'm like, I don't know how because I'm stuck in the middle. And she's like, and my mom and dad told me it too. They're like, your loyalty needed to be to John. That's your best friend. Your loyalty is not to his ex who you don't even really know. And you've only known for like 3 years, but you've known John since you were like 15. I just turned 15 when I moved to Florida. So I'm like, yeah, you're right. So anyway, so that night, like right before the ball drops, I remember it was like me, my mom, my dad. My dad was in his room. He doesn't really care about that stuff. And it was me, my mom, Angel, and Corey, and we had our little hats on, and we were about to blow in the new year, and the clock is counting down. Or no, I think it was like right before. And I remember she called to wish me Happy New Year's, and I was talking to her, and then he comes in, and he's like, why are you talking to that faggot? Like, he thought I was gay for whatever, and probably because of the way my voice sounds on the phone. I hate how my voice sounds on the phone and on here. He's like, why are you talking to that faggot? And da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And he just went on and on and on and on. And me, I'm just listening. So finally, by like the 5th time he called me, I said, shut the up. Who the hell do you think you're talking to? I'm not a child. Because I think he was like 19, 20. He just turned 20. And I'm like, I'm not a freaking child. I'm actually older than you. You need to show me respect. Because I think I was like 22 at the time. And he's like, you faggot up? And he just was going on and on. And then he's like, do something. I'm like, you do something. And then he's going on. And then she's in the background not saying nothing. And then he's going on and on and on and on and on and on. And my mom can hear it. Corey can hear it. Angel can hear it. Because I'm loud. I'm angry, right? I'm like my anxiety is so bad. I'm like so livid, right? So then she has the audacity to come on the phone and be like, well, he feels disrespected, and I just wanted you guys to get along because you're my best friend and he's my boyfriend, and da-da-da-da-da. I'm like, I'm telling you that because I was like, listen, this ain't gonna work. I was like, I gave up a true friendship for this crap? Like, are you kidding me? I'm like, I've been ride or die to you from day one. After you blew up my best friend's life, basically, hurt him a lot. And I stood by you like a dumbass. Like, that's what I said, like a dumbass. I went off on her. I said, you're nothing but a bleep. And I don't like talking to women like that because I was raised by women and my mom and my sister but I told her how it felt. I called her exactly what she was. I said, you're nothing but a bleep because you would go from guy to guy to guy to guy to guy when I was talking to her. And finally you meet this one guy. And I said, if you don't see that he treats you like crap and like garbage and is probably abusive to you, I said, if you don't see your potential and you don't see like that you deserve better, I said, I can't help you no more. And then she was going off, and then he comes back on, and I said, you know what? And he said it, choose me or him. And she chose him. So I said, bye, and I hanged up the phone. And I sent a long, nasty text. I said, don't ever contact me again. I don't ever want to see you. You and me are done. There's nothing left. It's dead. It's done. And I cried when I hung up the phone because it hurt. I don't like losing people. And then I came out of my room, and then Corey and my mom were just like, we're proud of you, Matthew. We're proud of you. You stayed calm. You used the little words you maybe should have not used, but we're proud of you. And then it was like 5, 10, 50. It was counting down to the new year for 2015. I'm like, what a crappy year. I don't even want to remember 2014. But anyways, I don't know why I went all the way back to that. But loyalty, guys, is number one. Loyalty, I learned loyalty that night. So anyways, cut to what I was trying to get to before I told you guys all this. When my grandma died in 2015 from pneumonia and a blood clot, and I got a blood clot and pneumonia too later, like maybe 5-6 years later, that devastated me because we watched her basically take her last breath. That was so hard for me, like so hard for me. I hate hospitals because of that still. And then finally leaving my ex, leaving Angel behind, that broke me. Like that literally broke me because when he was fourth born, let's talk. I know we're like 15 minutes into this, but you guys like longer videos. I can't taste nothing. I don't know if I'm getting sick. I hope not. When he was first born, right? Why do I keep spitting out the egg pieces? When he was first born, right? When I hold that baby for the first time, I'll never forget. I promised to love him no matter what and be there for him no matter what and treat him so much different than how I was treated, right? And I loved on that baby all the time. All the time. I hold him. I changed him. I fed him. He fell asleep on my chest like literally every night right here, listening to my heartbeat. That's probably why we're super close. So when I walked away, and technically, I didn't walk away from him. His Nana now, like all these years later, 10 years later, when we talk about it, because I did try, but she just was not really like, how do I explain it? It's not like she did it on purpose. No, that's not her at all. She knew I loved that baby, and she knew I loved her daughter, and I loved her, and I loved her kids, and whatever, right? Or her children, because they grew up, like, we all were the same age. Like, we all went to school together. But anyway, so I don't blame her. But now, 10 years later, when me and her talk about it, because it bothers Angel a lot, she goes, stop blaming him for that, because that's not his fault. I closed off communication because I didn't want you to have anything to do with your mother's past. I didn't know how close you and him were because I would have left that door open. So that's what she said, and she's apologized. I let it go. But him, to a 15-year-old, when he came back, he was 13. So to a 13-year-old and a boy of all that, like basically boy and girl, they still need a father figure in their life, right? They need it. I believe me, they need it. So when I started talking to him slowly again, right? Very slowly, because remember, I'm adult, he's a minor. I made sure all the dots and T's were crossed. Like I texted his Nana, I was like, look, or I messaged her, I was like, look, are you okay with me talking to him? And she's like, yes, he asked me. I told him it's okay. I'm good. We're good. You know, she's like, I trust you with him. So I just made sure because I didn't want nothing to happen, you know, whatever. Anyways. And it sucks how society does that, because if you go back to the 1940s, a lot of boys and older men, or girls and older, whatever it was, not in the weird way, but I mean like a lot of kids were raised by like nannies or butlers or I mean, I hate to say it, some slave people were super close with the master's kid, because kids back then in the 1940s, the parents worked so much, they didn't have time for their children. So a lot of kids would get close with like the nanny or the butler or the driver. And back then it was okay that your best friend be a grown man, because like crimes that are happening now were not that big back then. I mean, they were probably happening, but they weren't as big as they are now. And I'm thankful for the laws. I'm thankful for them. They just were too late to protect me when I was a child. But anyways, getting back to what I was saying. His first thing, and I'll never forget this, and he probably doesn't hate me for talking about this, but he doesn't even watch my videos anymore. His first thing was, Dad, do you remember your pinky promise? And I was like, yeah. He's like, do you really? I was like, yes, I remember. Because I'll never forget the last night the same night all that crap happened with John's ex, the same night, it was Christmas Eve night of 2014. I was sitting outside, and it was cold that year. I don't know why it was so cold that year. My ex just got kicked off her property. She didn't know where she was going to go. She was going to be homeless. She was like freaking out. And so my parents were like, you could come over here with us and just spend Christmas with us. They made bank that Christmas. Everything under the Christmas tree was for Corey and Angel because my mom told the school she was at what was going on, and everyone made bank. Like my sister bought them stuff. My mom and dad bought them stuff. My aunt bought them stuff. She was good, but that still couldn't stop anything. But anyway, and I have that actually on my Facebook. That video. All Angel wanted was a bike. I bought him a bike. It was like it was a trick bike. It was like $184 from Walmart. Jama helped me get that bike for him. I remember. I don't know where it is now, but anyway, I bought him his first big boy bike. It was nothing. So anyway, that last night when it was like our last Christmas together, I will never forget. It was so cold. He was shivering. His mom went outside to get a smoke break. She was talking to her brother, Victor, my best friend at the time. Well, he still is my best friend. I was holding Angel, and he was like right here, and I had like my hoodie on him. Like I dragged my hoodie over him, and I was holding him because he had to I don't even know how old he was. He says he was like 3 or something. And I remember we pinky promised, and I said, I'll never leave you. I said, I pinky promised that. And he said, okay, or something like that, right? Guys, when you think you tell children something at a young age and you think they don't remember, they remember. They remember trauma or happy times in their life. They remember them. So he asked me that in 2022. He was like, Dad, do you remember what you promised? And I was like, what? And he's like, you pinky promised that you would never leave, and you broke it. And like literally when I got off the phone with him that day, I think he had to go to school or whatever it was, or wanted to go play his game. It made me emotional. I cried because I was like, the one thing that I wanted to do if God ever gave me a kid, that's what I always used to say as a little child. I said, God, I don't want that baby to ever hurt. I don't want him to or her to ever hurt. I want them to always know that Dad loves them, or whatever form or way I was in the child's life, if it was Uncle Matt, whatever it was. I wanted that child to always know that I love them and that I'm always there for them. And when I found out that it still devastated him, and it still affects him to this day, he has the biggest abandonment issues ever because of me. I take full responsibility for that. How are you going to expect someone, listen to me. We're 20 minutes into this video, but listen to me. How are you going to expect someone to be there every single day, all the time? When you see them, you light up so big, like it's Christmas morning, and you run and give them like the biggest bear hug, and you're just happy to see this person. And then one day you wake up and the person's gone. Like, I will never forget the last day that I had him, right? His mom was in the hospital with the blood clot, and I don't know why she didn't just stay. But anyways, and I remember I was dumb. I don't know why I didn't take him with me, because technically he was supposed to be in school, but he was in trouble. And my mom was like, I'll just homeschool him. So I'm like, okay, that sounds perfect. So when I was in school, when she was in the hospital, I kept Angel. I had Angel the whole time. I think for I want to say 1 week or 2 weeks. I don't remember. And I would go out with Corey still, or not Corey. I would go out with Jama still. And I don't know why I didn't just bring him with me. But I think my mom was trying to be very controlling because at that age, he should have been in school. So, she helped him with his ABCs and all the different stuff and da-da-da-da. And she would send us pictures of him having fun, counting stuff and getting ice cream and whatever else it was. And I came home one day and I was like, Mom, where's your glasses? Well, Angel broke my glasses. I said, oh, hell no. And then he was in my room crying or something. And I came in, and I think what I should have done, instead of being so angry, and I think at that time I was already fighting with his mom earlier in the day, and I think I just snapped. What I should have done, if I would have been thinking like I'm thinking now, I should have put him in timeout, then bring him out of the room later, after he did maybe 5 minutes or something, or 10 minutes. Bring him out later, bring him to my mom, have him apologize, give her a hug, and go on with the day, and just left it like that. Then my dad would have came home. My dad probably would have made him sit still. My dad probably would have talked to him. And then it would have been done and over with. My parents aren't the one to draw out you being in trouble for so long. It's over. It's done with. If you apologize, they're good. That's what I should have done. But stupid me, who was already mad at his mom, was listening to what Jama was saying. I was like, nope, that's it. I'm done. I don't care no more. Blah, 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 blah. Pack him up. Put his shoes on. He's fighting me to put his shoes on because he doesn't want to go. He's crying. Put him in the car. We try to figure out where we're taking him. My mom is like, Matt, we don't have to do this. We can just keep him. You know, his mom asked us to, blah, 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 blah. Nope. And then I just left him with his Uncle Victor. And I'm just like I'm so mad at myself for that. Like, now that I think about it, I'm so freaking angry at myself because I was being selfish. I only thought about myself in that moment. I didn't think about his mom. I think about a baby who's looking at me like begging me not to leave. And I'm like, I literally did what my mom would do when I used to get in trouble. She would just dump me off on people, leave. And then I would cry and beg for her not to leave. Literally like dragging on the floor, trying to get her not to leave me, right? And she would just leave me with different people because she couldn't deal with it. And I literally did the same thing that I swore to myself that I would never do to my child, ever, if God ever gave me a child. So anyways, I know I'm all over the place. But so then when his mom died, the end of July of 2022, my grandpa died first on June 7th of 2022, like the month of my birthday. And then my ex died, or my girlfriend, I'm just going to call her my girlfriend. My girlfriend died literally a month apart from my grandpa. That destroyed me, guys. That literally, mentally, physically destroyed me. Like, I literally, if I'm completely honest, I detached from like so many people. Like, I hate to say this, but if it was not for Jama, for Angel and his family, and for like my sister, I don't think I would be here. Like, I literally don't think I would have been here because like, if she would have died and I never got Angel back, I think I would have went right behind her because I would have been like, my heart is too broken. I would have just went right behind her. But it's funny because if you listen to it, and I'm 27 and I'm sorry guys, if you guys are bored, you guys can click out, come back later. I'm sorry. But I just want to talk. I want to talk to you guys. That's why I want to start a podcast. But anyways, and I tell Angel this all the time. I said, which dad would you have wanted? Would you wanted the dad that was back there when you were a baby and who was basically a baby himself, the way I acted and the things that I did? Or would you want a strong person that I am now? And he's like, I would. He used to say back like last year or the year before, he used to say that he would have wanted me to stay. And I'm like, well, of course I understand that. But now he's like, I'm happy that you left because you're stronger and I see that. But, my God, I don't know why I'm so emotional. But, and then on top of that, to have what happened to my brother, like not even, like I kept telling God, and I don't know, God must be testing me to see how strong I am. But, and it's funny because like 2 weeks before my brother did what he did, I literally was about to do it. Because my mom and dad and my niece were here, right? And that morning I woke up and I come out of my room and I'm like, Mom, I need to go here. Da, da, da. And she just goes, well, what do you expect me to do? And da, 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 da. And I'm just like, oh, okay, damn. And then I like stopped myself, but I went in. And as soon as we started screaming at each other, my poor little niece runs upstairs and goes, hides. But my mom has this sign on the stairs that says, Charlotte, do not go upstairs. And so I go up to the stairs and I'm like, Charlotte, come here. Because I knew King Kong was going to come out around the corner and start screaming at this poor little child. And I was right, because as soon as I go over there, she heard whatever I said and she comes running over there. You're not supposed to be upstairs. And then she just like stands there shocked. And I'm like trying to put my arms out to grab her. My mom like pushes her way past me. Don't go to him. He's being disrespectful. And then she like comes down the stairs crying and she goes in the room. And then my mom goes in there and she shuts the door. And my mom says that I grabbed her. I never grabbed her. I've never put my hands on a woman ever. They've been abusive to me. I've never been abusive to them. Believe me, I would have been in trouble. So anyways, so then later that day, after she calmed down and she's in her room, she's fine. Nothing's wrong. She's okay. And my dad was on the toilet or taking a nap or something like that, right? And he's all happy when he comes out of the room. Hi, Matt, how you doing? I'm like, I'm good, Dad. I'm fine. He comes out. I tell him, something happened. I just said, I'm not good or something like that. I actually told him I'm not good. He's like, why? What happened? I'm just like, I'm not good. And then I was actually on the phone with my best friend at the time. And then he must have went in the room where she was. And no. My dad went in there with her. It was like maybe a few hours later. My mom was outside. And then she comes and she goes in there because I keep coming in and out. And Charlotte's being funny and she's joking around with Papa and Papa's joking around with me and da-da-da-da-da. So we're all good. The mood is good, right? And then my mom comes from outside and she must have went in the room and told him something because his mood changed. Then I'm sitting here and then he's like, hey, can you come and let's talk about what happened? And I'm like, what? Like, why? Why do we need to talk about? But I'm like, okay, fine. So I go in there. And I go in there and Charlotte's in there and then he does this little lip thing. I don't know what it is. It must be like a Jamaican thing. But when he would hit me and my brother, like for discipline, he would do the little lip thing when he was mad, right? And so it still triggers with me. And I don't know if it is for my brother, but it is still for me. So I see that little lip thing. I'm like, oh God, here we go. And then he's like, don't put your hands on your mother and don't da-da-da-da-da-da. And I'm just like, hold up, wait a minute. So then my guard goes up and I'm like, I don't curse at him. I just said, what do you, like, wait, what? And then he's like, well, Mom said what you didn't. I'm like, she's lying. I don't ever lie. I'm like, yes, you do. You do. You twist the story, whatever you want to do, for you're the victim and I'm the big bully. So I told him that and he's like, see, this is what you do. And he just starts pointing and he's getting louder and louder and raising his voice and then balling up his fist. And I'm like, if you hit me, go ahead, hit me. Why? So you can call the cops on me? Like, he's getting so angry. And then she's sitting there like the poor little innocent victim. Like looking around like, and then, oh my God, like being a drama queen. And then Charlotte's over in the corner crying because she's scared. And I understand why she's scared. And then there's like, see what you're doing to her? See what you're doing to her? And then I just like, because I don't ever want to make a child scared of me ever, because I know how that feels. I start getting emotional and I'm like, Charlotte, and I'm like, I can't breathe. My chest is all upset. I'm like could have had a heart attack or a stroke. And I'm like, Charlotte, I don't want you to feel that way. I know how that feels. I felt that way my whole life. And then they're quiet. And then she runs over and she jumps in me and she wants me to hold her. And then my dad's like, come Charlotte, come Charlotte, come Charlotte. And then I'm like, Charlotte, are you scared of Uncle Matt? No, I'm scared of Grammy and Papa. So finally, that made his little red light. Oh, okay. And then he calms down. And then my mom is over there. So then they take her, they go to the pool. I call my sister because I'm like, shaking. I send a text out. I got on my phone. I send a text out. I go, guys, pray for me. I'm about to end it. I'm done. I don't care no more. Oh my God. As soon as I said that, the phone started ringing. My cousin hits up my sister. My cousin hits up my sister. My cousin hits up my aunt. My other aunt calls. My sister calls. My other sister calls. Like, everybody's like, we're not playing with this. We're not playing with this. My uncle, my cousin that's a pastor, he's like, nope. And then my aunt calls. I tell her, I tell her what happened. She's like, I'm coming to get you. I talk to my sister. My sister's like, calm down. Take a deep breath. I was done, guys. I was done. Cut to 2 weeks later, my brother did what he did. And it would have been, my parents would have had two kids that would have done that. Two. A week apart, not even. Probably, a week apart. Because I was done, guys. I was so done. And I thought it was so sweet because my son was in school. And then when he came home, he called me and he was in such a happy mood. And he's like, hi, Dad, I missed you. How was your day? And then I didn't put any of that stress on him. But he could tell that something was wrong with me because he knows me really well. He's like, what happened? He's like, did I do something? I'm like, no. He's like, what happened? I'm just like, I don't even want to talk about it. He's just like, well, I'm here for you if you need me. Like, I'll tell my Nana to come pick you up. We'll go out, whatever you need. Like, something like that. I'm just like, oh, thank you. And he made me happy. And then I call the hotline that they have for people that are, talk to this guy for a while named Jose. I talked to Jose for a while. Excuse me. I called my therapist and I talked to my therapist and it was hard, guys. It was hard. It hurt so bad. And then the next day was Sunday. Oh, no. When they went to the pool, when they went to the pool, I haven't finished all of it, guys. When they went to the pool, I started getting all these texts from my mom, playing the victim still. And I'm like, I never pulled your arm. Charlotte was not scared of me because I was not yelling. They were yelling. I said, Charlotte was not scared of me. She was scared of you and Papa. I said, all I do is try to help you guys out. All I do is try to be the best. Like, I was angry when I was texting, but I was trying to be nice too. I said, I'm tired of you always playing the victim because you love playing the victim card and it drives me crazy. So I did say that. And then Sunday morning when they go to church, because I didn't even talk to them. So Sunday morning when they went to church, actually no, I did not even let it stay because it used to stay for weeks. I would not talk to my parents for like a whole month because I'd be so angry at them, both of them, right? And they don't like that. They would be trying to talk to me and I would just ignore them. I know Sunday, my dad sends me this long text Sunday. I don't like how I treated you. I would never treat you like that. I apologize. I just get very angry when I see your mom hurt and your niece hurt. And I'm just like, and I told him again, I said, I never put my hands on mom. I've never done that. She's told you that lie since 2016. That's not who I am. And then he just was like, well, and he didn't really defend it. He just was like, well, and then, like I told you, 2 weeks later, my brother did what he did. And then I've seen a total different, like a 360 in my dad. Like he's getting help. He's getting therapist. My mom is getting therapy. I don't see it working for her, but I'm keeping my fingers crossed. But I know I went all over the way, guys. I like to break stuff down for you guys to understand where I'm coming from and why I'm in so much pain. And then on top of that, I have a 15-year-old son who is growing, doesn't know where his emotions are, and that's hard. I tell him all the time. Well, I just started telling him this because my therapist said this too. I've never raised a teenager ever. The oldest that I've raised and I've been a part of have been like from baby, brand new, right? Like maybe 6 weeks old. Not even that. Maybe like a few hours old to 9 or 10, I want to say, is the oldest that I've taken care of or been a part of their life or in their life. I've never dealt with a high schooler kid. I've never dealt with emotions being up and down and angry and emotional and snappy and rude and then 1 minute want to be all loving and caring and kind. It's just like, oh my God, it's confusing. So for any of my parents out there that are raising teenagers, more power to you because that's hard. That is so hard. And there's one more thing I have to say. My bus driver told me this. She said, whatever you did to your parents, your child's going to do to you. That is true. That is 100% the truth. Because I see so much of me in him, even though he's not blood related to me, but I see so much of me in him that it's happening. Like I know what my parents were dealing with when I was 15. Holy crap, was I a bad kid. I'll say it like this. I wasn't bad in the sense of like bad, but I was in the sense of like, because of what was still happening to me and then not having any way to tell anyone anything because I just didn't feel safe in my home to tell my parents anything. One, I never felt like they even paid attention to me. Two, I feel like my younger brother got more of the attention even though he thinks it's the opposite. No. I never asked for all the attention I got. It was given to me and it suffocated me. People don't understand that. That's why I think I'm so bad as I am in certain situations because no one put the effort in to try to like push me. There were people, but they would get told to back off by my mom. And that's what made me angry because my older sister and my brother that's no longer here in 2010, they both tried to work together to get me away from her and to move me to Ohio. But they were told, we'll take you to court or something like that. I was a grown man. They couldn't do crap. The judge would have been like, Your Honor, or the judge would have been like, Mr. Cross, do you want to go with your siblings or live with your parents? I would have said, I'll take $500. I'll go to my sister, like in a heartbeat. Do I think I would be this big? Hell no, I would never be this big. Do I still think I would be in a relationship with my ex? Yeah, because I knew her already. I don't think I would have been as close, but yeah. But yeah, I don't know, guys. I'm hurting. As we're 38 minutes and we're about to be 40. I'm going to stop at 40 because it's going to be a long video. I'm hurting, guys. I have moments where There's a song, Love, I Never Knew Love Could Hurt Like This, or however they say it. That breaks me down. There's a Christian song that breaks me down. There's a lot of music that now I understand the meaning of heartache. And if you follow me on Instagram or Twitter, or Instagram or Facebook or TikTok, you notice a lot of my videos are not happy anymore. Like, they're not as happy as I was when I started my journey on TikTok. I try to post stuff that has meaning behind it so people understand where I'm coming from, because I don't want to be fake. I don't want to be one of those fake creators. Everything's good, and then behind scenes you're falling apart. You can't even sit down by yourself. Like, no, I'm not going to be that type of person. I want to be honest with you guys, and if I never grow, if my channel never grows, at least people have someone real they can go watch that doesn't sugarcoat it and fake it. Like, there's some people that I'm just like, no, I couldn't do that. I can't. But with all that being said, I'm sorry, guys, that I've talked to you for 40 minutes. And I know y'all are like, what the hell is wrong with Reese Boy? Why is he all over the place? But I'm pouring out my heart to you guys. I want to be honest with you guys because I don't get to do this a lot. So make sure to like and subscribe, turn on the notification bell. Have an awesome day, guys. And I'll see you later. Bye-bye.